The second largest crypto exchange just collapsed. The poster child of crypto that was lobbying Washington, D.C. turned into a criminal overnight. Veterans of the crypto space are at the brink of quitting. They all claim they have never seen a sadder moment for the crypto space. That's the story of FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried that has played out over the last couple of days. Let's start with introducing the protagonists of this story. For one, there is Sam Bankman-Fried, called SBF, who was born into an academic family in California, went to top private high school, graduated from MIT in 2014, and went on for his first job to the New York trading firm Jane Street Capital. In 2017, he came back to California and founded his trading firm, Alameda Research, that traded every cryptocurrency imaginable. 2 years later, in 2019, he founded the crypto exchange FTX to cater to traders who were missing good crypto futures support on other exchanges. The financial success, it was rumored that he made 8 to 9 figures in trading fees each day on FTX, enabled him to sponsor the Miami Heat stadium and to bail out a couple of crypto companies during the market turmoil following the Terra Luna collapse and the Three Arrow Capital blow up. And he also donated a lot of money to politicians, and he was a frequent guest in Washington, D.C. to do his lobbying efforts. The other protagonist in the story is CC, the CEO of the world's largest crypto exchange, Binance. He was a very early investor in FTX, and recently he was not on good terms with SBF due to a couple of Reuters articles that were hit pieces targeted against Binance and that were rumored to be launched by the FTX ecosystem. Furthermore, the lobbying that SBF did in Washington looked like it was aiming to shut out Binance from the US market. So with all those tensions between SBF and CC decided to exit his shares in FTX when he had the opportunity during a financing round. This resulted in him getting a large amount of stablecoins and FTT tokens. The FTT tokens were valued around $500 million at the time when this story happened. The start to this big and ugly finale is probably an article on CoinDesk. They were able to get their hands on internal documents of the balance sheet of Alameda Research. And it turned out that they seemed to be very, very close connected to the FTX exchange because a lot of their balance sheet was FTT, the crypto exchange token from the FTX exchange. At first, it was not so clear whether this was accurate information or not, but shortly after this article was published, Caroline Ellison, the current CEO of Alameda Research that took over when Sam Bankman-Fried left this position to concentrate fully on FTX, posted this tweet that stated that in this article about 10 billion of the balance sheet were missing. But in general, I think that gave a lot of players in the space an idea that the leaked information was probably pretty accurate. Shortly after this tweet was out, CC realized that the FTT token was probably in big danger because the FTT token is very illiquid. It is not traded a lot, and if people are forced to liquidate a lot of this token, the price would move violently. Furthermore, and that's just speculation, he saw the opportunity to get rid of one of his strongest rivals in the exchange space. Because with his $500 million in FTT tokens, he was able to move the price. And the reaction from Alameda Research did not take very long. Caroline again replied to CC that if he wanted to minimize the impact of this trade, Alameda Research would be willing to buy the whole of his tokens at a price of $22 over the counter. However, CC declined this immediately. And to be honest, in my opinion, that could be really the price at which the margin calls would start for Alameda Research, and probably CC realized that this was his opportunity to crush his opponent SBF. He restated that liquidating the FTT token is just prudent risk management due to the lessons learned from the Terra Luna collapse. And to be honest, I think he was pretty on point with that, because once Alameda Research would be forced into selling due to illiquidity and margin calls, it would get really, really ugly for the token. Only 24 hours after announcing that Binance would liquidate their FTT balances, there was the real shocker. CC announced that FTX had approached him and asked him for help. FTX was in a significant liquidity crunch, and they were not able to process the growing numbers of users who wanted to get their funds off the exchange, because rumors spread that FTX might go bankrupt, and that caused a real bank run, with CC indicating that he had signed a letter of intent to potentially buy the FTX exchange. People who were still stuck on the exchange got some hope back, because they hoped that Binance would buy FTX and then at least their funds would be safe. But not that fast. But on the next day, about 24 hours after starting to do their due diligence on FTX, Binance pulled out of the deal. They just said the hole in the balance sheet was too big, and with US regulators looking into this, this was just too hot for them. They did not want to deal with this. And so on the 11th of November 2022, FTX, the second largest crypto exchange in the world, had to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. 8 to 10 billions in customer funds are just missing from the balance sheet, and most likely those people will never see the money back. And compared to the other blowups this year that were, at least by most funds, seen early and they tried to get out, the FTX collapse came so quickly and so violently that a lot of very smart and very veteran players in the crypto space got hurt. And it was not over yet. To add insult to injury, FTX also got hacked, and some of the funds that were still left on the exchange were siphoned off to other wallets. And additionally, it looked like that the hacker also pushed out malicious software through the FTX app and through the web page to try to infect the devices of users of FTX to get access to their private keys as well. So this is the current state of what happened to FTX. I'm pretty sure this story is far from over, because we still do not know how the contagion of this event will affect the whole crypto market, how the regulators will step in, whether the holders that still have funds on the exchange will ever see them again. I will keep a close look on the event, and if substantial updates will surface, I will make sure to do an updated video on that. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss this piece when it comes out. And until then, stay safe out there. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. Even if you lost a lot of money, it is just money. Your health and your sanity is a lot more important than any amount of money. Go talk to people, hug your loved ones. Check out this video about what you can do during this brutal bear market.